Hello guys, welcome to Market Guru. So today class we are going to discuss about Nifty and Bank Nifty index trading and basic understanding how we can start understanding index in a different levels. So basically Nifty and Bank Nifty is technically with a lot of stocks and if you want to know what all stocks included in a Nifty 50, you should know that first, and you should understand which all stocks are coming under these index, and understanding how this particular stock works based on the stocks, which all the stocks are performing. So understanding this will help you to check how Nifty might give a movement and Bank Nifty will give you different type of movements. So always first thing is that, so you should know moneycontrol.com, and you can subscribe for a pro where you will understand which all the stocks in which all index and how a particular index will work. And here you can check Indian index, and once you know which all the index, so select Nifty 50, and this is for Nifty, and these all the stocks are currently trading in Nifty. So in the Nifty 50 stocks, these are the perfect setup and a big ticket item where these 50 stocks will control Nifty index. So once you understand these stocks, and you have to have these all stocks in your watch list. Secondly, coming to Nifty Bank, most of the people don't know which all stocks comes under Bank Nifty. So you have to check these all stocks and put in your watch list. These all stocks like AU Small Finance, Axis, Bandhan, Bank of Baroda, Federal, HDFC, these all stocks comes under Bank Nifty index. Particularly in this category, if there is ratio wise, if 50% of the stocks are moving down, then index will go down. If it is a more than a 50% stocks are coming up, then index will come up. So first you need to understand which all stocks, and you need to keep all these things in your watch list. Secondly, coming to option chain, this is very important subject where you need to understand how to analyze option chains. I will go in a depth next class. Now I am giving you overall view and the price actions for next 30 to 40 minutes, that how we will understand price action and understand option chain analysis. So this is a website which is Obstra defined. So you can check this website, and it is a free basically website where you can do a paid membership also, but yeah, I suggest you go for a free only as of now, where you can do the basic analysis. So in a green line, what we can see, that is a basically a closing of the market or last trading session. So 16400 level was the closing. And if I am opening a Bank Nifty here and understanding what is the Bank Nifty is on a closure, and what particularly option chain analysis is saying for us. In an option chain, if you are observing, Bank Nifty closed around 34,600. So I will come to other parameters, which is next week class, which is what is OI, what is volume, what is ITM probe, what is IV, what is change, and LTP. Most of the people might know this, but yeah, for new people you need to understand this. In this particular option chain, you can see any of the particular stock option chain also when you are playing with the options. Like if you are buying the options, if you are selling the options, like if you are buying a CE call for any of the stocks, if you are buying a PE call for any of the stocks, you have to analyze option chain before buying that particular strike price. Coming to the second part is understanding the charts. This is basically CNX Nifty Index Future. Always when you are going for a chart analysis, go for a future charts, because in the future charts you will understand how to analyze with volumes, because in a normal index chart like Nifty or a Bank Nifty chart, you will not get this particular volume chart for the index. So volume chart is very very important to understand which volumes are holding on which level, and whether there is a call sellers or put sellers are taking a play. So this is basically in a 1 day candle. Now we'll go and understand how to analyze the basic price actions here. So there is no single indicator. I'm not using any indicator for the price action, because I need to teach you guys how to basically understand price action, how price action works here. Cool. So what is price action? So price action is basically we will understand where actually price is moving in what direction. If a price is moving upwards, if price is moving downwards, then that is what action is happening around the price is called as price action. So basically price action is always considered as a king or god in a stock market traders who do intraday trading and a short term trading, because price action actually works exactly the way you think or the way you see. So price action always works on any parameters like stocks, index, commodity, currency, or you might see this fraction buying is happening in Octa FX and a lot of places where it is kind of a betting trading. All these trading parameters or platforms always use price action strategies. So there is a price action PDF also, which I already shared in my this training group, but yeah, again I will consider and share the same thing, so one can go through and one can take a printout of that, which is made by myself after collecting a lot of sources. So you can use that file to understand in a better way for intraday and short term trading. Cool. So in the price action, first thing you need to understand what is the trend. So here, what is a trend? Trend is going upwards from some time. Right now, what is a trend? Right now, trend is sideways. So if we are observing one thing as a trend line, so where market was halted last time in this particular zone, and when we are creating a trend line, when we are drawing a trend line, we got a particular momentum here on a Nifty. So the same trend line was when market was in a different time frame. So our trend line was like this when we got the breakdown or a lower down support, where you can see this particular zone market is taking support everywhere and bouncing back from this levels. The day it broke this level, it came down. From there it came down again, and this was our trend line support. Again from the trend line exactly market gave a downside momentum. So whenever you want to draw a trend line in any conditions, you can do that and understand how the particular price action works. If market was closing here, then again market took a support here and here. So every trend line will tell you different stories and different time frames for that particular moment. Currently let's analyze how Nifty will work in coming days. Now see, exactly again if you are observing one thing, Nifty is on a trend line and Nifty is holding the trend line support, where market tested this level, came down, again gave a bounce back from here, again went up and again came down and again in a testing zone of trend line. Now you need to understand in a smaller time frame how market is forming a support or a resistance. Cool. So now everyone understood how the trend line works, because you have to draw the trend line in different parameters, where you will understand how market is following the trend line support or in upwards or particular smaller time zone, where you can take this type of trend line also, which is in a smaller time frame, where it will give a breakout or a breakdown, where you can understand. Cool. Now I'll remove the trend line and we will start understanding how the support and resistance works. So right now this is in a 1 day time frame, which is a very longer time frame to understand where is the support and resistance works. So here, coming to a support. What is support? Every time market is coming to one particular zone, one particular price, and from there it is rejecting always, whether it is upside or a downside, that is called a support. When on the upside, when it is moving to upside, we will call it as a resistance. So resistance and support is the same thing. Either we call as a resistance in a upper side or support in a downside, but yeah, for the seller it is a upside is a support and downside is a resistance. It is up to people that what they want to call, because there is no clear cut definition that what is resistance and what is support. Is a basic English, so however people want to take it, they can take it. So here, coming to this particular point, now let's make a small entry in this particular zone and change the time frame to 1 hour. 1 hour, why? Because we are looking at a smaller time frame. What is exactly happening in a smaller time frame of the market? So I did a entry here, and exactly at the point where market is holding some levels. So if you are observing every time where market was giving a lot of momentum of up and down sides, so you can see in a little bit a bigger zoom out frame where market is giving particular momentum from this particular zone. So your line may be little up or down, that is absolutely okay, because once you start practicing this, you will understand how the support or resistance works. Cool. So now we understood this particular frame, market momentum, again rejection from this level, it was consolidating. The day it broke this rejection, it came down. You are observing here, it came down, and from there it came down much more downside momentum. And 1 minute, something is wrong with the chart. Yeah. So here, particular zone, the day it is up above this level, it went up, then again came and settled on the same level. Right now, what we are seeing? Right now we are seeing Nifty is standing at the same level, and if you are observing one thing, that we got some volumes building up here. Cool. So let me change to Nifty. It is working because some issues with the internet, I guess. So wait, hold on, let me change internet to different one. Into Nifty futures, Nifty 50 futures. Okay, sorry for the internet guys, maybe some issues. Cool. So now volume also generated, and we are exactly holding at this particular zone. So now how we need to understand what will happen next week, how market will behave based on charts. So I'm teaching you only charts, then in some time I'll show you how the option analysis works and how option chain will help you to understand the chart patterns. Cool. Now what we need to do, we will change the time frame to 15 minutes, that is to understand intraday levels. Here always you can see in my YouTube videos, I always give this levels, how, what is the support, what is the resistance, how market will work, and what all time frames what we can see. This is how I also work. And right now in a 15 minutes, what we are seeing, market is in a range. Market made a small range, 16,484 to 16,347. Now you got one particular range within a market, and now you can see market is actually moving, index, particular Nifty index is moving within this frame only, within this small zone. It created a very small zone. There is a very less volume buildup because this was a gap down opening, that is why you can see a big red candle. Then market was struggling within the same range, and for last closing period we got two red candles, green candles, which is showing a good volume. Now you have a two levels in your mind. So which all those two levels is, one is 16,941, second is 16,348. Okay, now you have this two levels. Now let's open option chart and let's see how these two levels came into the picture. So let's open Nifty 50 and let's see what is the first level. 16,495. Let's call it as a resistance. 16,495 means let's keep it as 16,500. Now this is your current day, which is 16,400. 16,500. Now here calls and puts. When market goes up, we buy calls as an option bias. When market goes down, we buy puts as an option bias. Same thing is reversed. When market goes up, if market don't need to go up, what I will do, I will sell calls. When I sell calls, I will tell market that I am not going to give an option for a market to go above 16,500 because I sold a lot of calls there. That is exactly this open interest, where you can see 57,807 contracts added for 61,000. 61,000 was already there and this is added. So when these both are added, particular zone become your resistance. That is why market is not going above this particular zone. It is holding up. It is not allowing market to go up above this level because lot of call sellers are standing in this particular zone. Now next zone, what is 16,348? Let's keep it as 16,350 or 16,400. Now 16,350, if you are observing, there is no call sellers. That is why market is going down. Now why it is not going down below this level? Because we need to see now put side. What is put side happening at 16,350? There already 16,300, 41,000 contracts are written off, which is put sellers are there. So they are not allowing market to go down below this particular level. So if you are observing here, we saw exactly 348, which is 300 is a 48 points, and 300 is a very strong resistance. So that is why when you understand this option chain analysis in these part and this part, you will have the clear cut understanding whether market will go sideways or a upside or a downside momentum. So this is how you need to understand. In an option chain, always you need to follow this particular strike price. Now what happens? Now if you think there is no much call writers here, like call sellers here, and there is a huge put writers here, so what you will do? That time you know exactly market will go up because put sellers are more. They are not allowing to market to fall below some particular levels, where you can see this we will do in a live classes, because in a live trading I keep writing lot of messages at that time. When sometime I write there's a huge call writers are sitting, huge put writers are sitting. That time you need to see these charts, see this open interest, then you will understand how this particular thing works. This need lot of practice. Once you are expert in this, Nifty and Bank Nifty trading is super easy, and you can actually make amazing money in a small time frame or a long time frame. This is up to your capital and your patience timelines. So this change is the must what you need to see every time. How much is the change is happening, either in a minus side or either in a plus side. So this is for a Nifty what we saw now. So let's see now Bank Nifty, how the particular Bank Nifty is given as a same momentum or a same understanding on the chart. So I will remove all the indicators which I had that day. Okay, now Bank Nifty also the same thing. When you are going in a bigger time frame, you will understand what is the momentum is happening, what is the trend is going, how the particular trend is going, what is the volume, and where is the support and particular resistance are placed to take the trades. So if you are observing from last March till now market is in exactly in the range bound. Some particular range is made and bank nifty is moving within a same range. So this is in a bigger time frame. So let's see now in a 15-minute time frame what is exactly happening in a bank nifty. So here in the same moment, if you are seeing, even bank nifty also was in a particular range which is created for a smaller time frame. Now let's mark two particular places. One is upside and second is downside, to understand what is the support and resistance. So here what we got now, one your high made is 34,830, second low was your 34,389. Cool. So in this particular zone, now what is exactly happening in a bank nifty? 34,850 or 34,390. So now where bank nifty is standing? Bank nifty is standing at 34,600. What is the first phase? What is the higher? 34,830. So what we need to do? 34,830 here, 34,830, 34,800, 34,900. Okay, 34,830 matlab 34,800 to 900. Between this there is a huge again call sellers. See, 16,000 contracts added, 20,000 contracts added, 15,000, 20,000, overall huge contracts added here, which is called sellers are present. That is why particular phase market was not going up. Now what is the lower level what we seen? 34,389, 34,389 matlab 34,300 to 400. We can see here a lot of build up was happening. That is why market was not going below that level. So this is our range for that particular day. Now either side it will give you a breakout or a breakdown, market will cross. What happens if it is going above 34,700, 800, 900? These guys will run away, because these guys will exit their position, because they will go under loss. What they will do, they will shift to this side and they will start adding more contracts here. They will start selling the puts. This is what exactly in a option selling is happening on the market side. Cool. Now in this particular place, if there is a call sellers are high, so stock will not go, or stock or index will not go above this level. If a put sellers are high, market will not allow 34 or particular range to break down. So this is how you need to understand index step by step. Once you start working on these particular option chain analysis and understanding price actions, you will get to know where is the barriers or what is the border is market is creating. In this particular zone is an amazing time to study, because when market is giving a bigger momentum, like bigger falls, bigger movements like this, you can exactly see lot of call sellers or a call writers or a put writers are disappearing from this location. Like see now, minus 447 contracts are removed from this place. That is why market is below 34,400. In this particular zone, 34,400, where market was standing, lot of places from here there is no call sellers. It means there is a huge put sellers are there. That is why market was from this particular zone, market was not able to come below 34,400, because if you are observing, there is no call sellers in 34,400, because there was a lot of minus, lot of people exited their position from call selling. So that's all guys, this is what I wanted to show you in the first phase, because let's go slow, then only you will understand. So I want you to do this homework every day, and once market is live, you can do this live analysis, or when market is closed, you need to check this and understand how to understand the option chain analysis, or how to read these options. And you can try the same thing with the different stock also. So let's not talk about stocks now. So today only for the index, these two parameters, one is understanding support and resistance, one is on a chart, one is on open interest. So these two things you need to practice a lot. So come with every day 2 to 3 times this particular analysis. I am sure that you will learn a lot, and within next 1 month you can start trading in a bank nifty or nifty by your own calls. So thank you guys. If any comments or any feedback in the brainstorm group you can put, and let's discuss there. If any questions you want to ask, you can always ask there, or I'm always available on phone, so you can give me a call also. Thank you guys. That's all for today. I will come up with a new video on the stocks. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram.